My name is Daisy Maciel.
My name is Joanna Carcamo Maciel.
Community leader, so I can give a good example to Jose and Joanna. So Jose and Joanna in the future, they can follow in my footsteps, and when they grow up bigger, they can also be community leaders. We like going to the river park because of the canoes.
And because it has fun and it's about doing things together.
Yeah, and about fishing. And we can be together as a family. When I'm riding the bike, I feel like I'm being healthy, and I'm discovering the world without doing pollution. I hear the animals, the wind in my hair, in my face, and everything, and it's exciting.
You find any type of location, and you could see like any type of animal there. Like you could see a butterfly you never seen, a frog, and you could even see a rainbow fish, maybe.
And being in the track program in the Tuolumne River Adventure Club program, what's something that you learned, and then what's something that you like about the program?
One thing that I learned is to always be kind, even though the people that you know, they're not that kind to you, to still be kind because you could show them to be kind. My favorite part about the river is that we get to go fishing and have fun adventures.
Since our founding in 1981, the Tuolumne River Trust has been the voice for the river. We seek a healthy and vibrant river that is teeming with fish and wildlife, safe for drinking, fishing, and swimming, and held in a trust as a refuge for our children and grandchildren. We build support for stewardship of the river through watershed-wide education programs, on-the-ground habitat restoration projects, and by promoting policies to protect and restore the Tuolumne. With 9 staff in our offices in Sonora, Modesto, and San Francisco, we are the only organization working throughout the watershed. In the Sierra Nevada, the 2013 Rim Fire burned over 250,000 acres of Sierra Nevada forest, the largest in history. Since March of 2015, you've helped us restore over 1,000 acres of forest and 24 meadows. We've planted over 100,000 trees and rehabilitated 65 miles of trails. In this process, we've engaged over 3,000 volunteers. In 2017, we signed an agreement with the Stanislaus National Forest to restore the health of the forested watershed. We plan to replant thousands of acres of forest that burned at high severity, restore the remaining unburned forest, and reintroduce healthy fire. This will create a more resilient forest landscape that continues to provide clean water, better sequester carbon, and improve wildlife habitat. As we move down the watershed, we reach the Central Valley, where after nearly 10 years of work, we were able to remove the broken and dangerous Dinant Dam from the lower river, restoring the Tuolumne's flows in that region. Last year, your support engaged over 2,000 volunteers in habitat restoration and river cleanups, removing 50 tons of garbage from the river and surrounding communities. You helped us offer 55 recreation opportunities to youth and their families, educate over 1,000 students in the classroom through hands-on field trips, and engage hundreds of young people from the Central Valley community in river outings and activities. In the Bay Area, we advocate for a healthier river that supports all life. In 2008, we convinced the San Francisco Public Utilities Commission to drop plans to divert an additional 25 million gallons of water per day from the river. Last year, you enabled us to submit 130 pages of science-based comments to public agencies and testify at 27 meetings, as well as give over 40 community presentations that educate the public about current water policy issues. This is just a glimpse at all of the work we do along the watershed, and none of it would be possible without you. So from all of us here at the Tuolumne River Trust, thank you so much for your support as we continue to protect and restore the beautiful Tuolumne watershed.
Hi, everyone. If you don't know me, my name is Seth Conley. I was the restoration manager up in the upper watershed for the past 6 years. And we've been doing a lot of rimfire recovery work up here with the support of all of you and also our funders. It's been a pretty amazing experience. I came up to Sonora area from San Diego, where I'd worked in wildfire recovery and kind of community engagement. And it was this wonderful opportunity to stand on the shoulders of giants, of people past and present here at Tuolumne River Trust and all the collaboratives that we work with. Obviously the amazing work that went into getting wild and scenic designation for the upper Tuolumne River, and just all the advocacy and everything that's happened since. It was really, really a pleasure, and I was really honored to have that opportunity. In my time with the Trust, we had people come from all over North America to work alongside the local community. And so many of these people were just amazing role models. We worked very closely with numerous AmeriCorps programs. And so we got a lot of people, whether they were with AmeriCorps or whether they were with faith-based organizations or military veteran organizations that came, who were all about public service and trying to help restore the Tuolumne. The Tuolumne is at a really critical phase. Not just the rimfire, but there's also the bark beetle infestation, all these climate change driven impacts that are happening. It's really a very important time to get engaged. So to have the opportunity to come up and help get these programs going at scale, which are now going to be even taken to an even higher level with Byron Krempel, our new Forest Headwaters Director, it's really very gratifying. And I just want to thank all of you for that opportunity and for your undying support of our work. It really wouldn't happen without you. So thank you all very much.
That piece is up, and now we just need to take the front stretcher to the south side. So it's a type of wetland. It's just a really special type of wetland, and it's all groundwater fed. And yeah, it's peat. It has a thick organic layer in it, and it has really slow decomposition. And so it's just it builds up that organic layer, and you can feel the water underneath your feet.
Really excited because we were awarded 2 grants to do this floodplain work along the lower Tuolumne. One for the project up by LaGrange and one for the project here in Modesto. And together that's about $6 million worth of grant funding to get us through the planning and do a first round of implementation. Here you can see the river channel is behind us, probably about 20 or 30 feet below where we are. We're on historic floodplain. This is an area that would have naturally flooded every year, but it's really elevated quite high above the river channel. In pre-dam times, that would have not been a big deal. This area would have flooded every spring. But with the regulated stream that the Tuolumne is now, we don't get the flows up as high or as frequently. And floodplains that inundate every year are healthy for fish, because that's a place where the baby salmon can find more food places to eat, places to really grow and thrive as they make their way out to the ocean. And those fish that can access floodplains have a higher survival rate, and there's more of them that will come back as adults. And so what we're wanting to do is recreate new floodplain habitat that's lower in elevation so that it can flood more frequently and more easily. And so the Tuolumne River Regional Park in the Carpenter Road area is one of those areas where we hope to bring in some equipment, lower some floodplain areas, and create that good floodplain habitat. Another area where we plan to do that is up near LaGrange, also a place that doesn't flood as frequently as we'd like, so we'd like to create those new floodplain terraces so that we have these great places for baby salmon and steelhead as they make their way out to the ocean. To recreate or build new terraces that are lower in elevation, so as the river does come up, it will flood them more easily and we'll get more frequent flooding. And that'll really be a huge benefit for the baby salmon and steelhead as they're making their journey out to the ocean.
My name is Daisy Maciel.
My name is Joanna Carcamo Maciel.
I'm a community leader, so I can give a good example to Jose and Joanna. So Jose and Joanna in the future, they can follow in my footsteps, and when they grow up bigger, they can also be community leaders. We like going to the river park because of the canoes.
And because it has fun and it's about doing things together.
Yeah, and about fishing. And we can be together as a family. When I'm riding the bike, I feel like I'm being healthy, and I'm discovering the world without doing pollution. I hear the animals, the wind in my hair, in my face and everything, and it's exciting.
You find any type of location and you could see like any type of animal there. Like you could see a butterfly you never seen, a frog, and you could even see a rainbow fish, maybe.
And being in the track program in the Tuolumne River Adventure Club program, what's something that you learned, and then what's something that you like about the program?
One thing that I learned is to always be kind, even though the people that you know, they're not that kind to you, to still be kind because you could show them to be kind. My favorite part about the river is that we get to go fishing and have fun adventures.
My name is Manuel Rivera, and I'm a mental health clinician, and I'm involved in a lot of community work in South Modesto, my neighborhood I grew up in. I serve on the board of South Modesto Partnership, and I'm also involved with a neighborhood group called Manos Unidas South Modesto Community Group. I've been really privileged to come alongside and volunteer some time with Tuolumne River Trust and some of the great work they do alongside the river. I love that idea of bringing families and exposing our youth to the outdoors as a way to just connect with their community and connect with others. So some of the best memories I have is as a kid is just roaming around trails on my bikes with my cousins and my sisters. I remember as a kid just coming out to the parks and just riding our bikes and just exploring and looking around, see what we could find, rocks and things like that. And as an adult, I still ride the trails here by the river, and I love that I get to share those experiences and relive those memories with my little ones. I'm just really grateful for this resource we have here in our community, and I just love all the work that's being done to be able to create better spaces for us to just spend some time outdoors.
If you don't know me, my name is Seth Conley. I was the restoration manager up in the upper watershed for the past 6 years. And we've been doing a lot of rimfire recovery work up here with the support of all of you and also our funders. It's been a pretty amazing experience. I came up to Sonora area from San Diego, where I'd worked in wildfire recovery and kind of community engagement. And it was this wonderful opportunity to stand on the shoulders of giants, of people past and present here at Tuolumne River Trust and all the collaboratives that we work with. Obviously the amazing work that went into getting wild and scenic designation for the upper Tuolumne River, and just all the advocacy and everything that's happened since. It was really, really a pleasure, and I was really honored to have that opportunity. In my time with the Trust, we had people come from all over North America to work alongside the local community. And so many of these people were just amazing role models. We worked very closely with numerous AmeriCorps programs. And so we got a lot of people, whether they were with AmeriCorps or whether they were with faith-based organizations or military veteran organizations that came, who were all about public service and trying to help restore the Tuolumne. The Tuolumne is at a really critical phase. Not just the rimfire, but there's also the bark beetle infestation, all these climate change driven impacts that are happening. It's really a very important time to get engaged. So to have the opportunity to come up and help get these programs going at scale, which are now going to be even taken to an even higher level with Byron Krempel, our new Forest Headwaters Director, it's really very gratifying. And I just want to thank all of you for that opportunity and for your undying support of our work. It really wouldn't happen without you. So thank you all very much.
Really excited because we were awarded 2 grants to do this floodplain work along the lower Tuolumne. One for the project up by LaGrange and one for the project here in Modesto. And together that's about $6 million worth of grant funding to get us through the planning and do a first round of implementation. Here you can see the river channel is behind us, probably about 20 or 30 feet below where we are. We're on historic floodplain. This is an area that would have naturally flooded every year, but it's really elevated quite high above the river channel. In pre-dam times, that would have not been a big deal. This area would have flooded every spring. But with the regulated stream that the Tuolumne is now, we don't get the flows up as high or as frequently. And floodplains that inundate every year are healthy for fish, because that's a place where the baby salmon can find more food, places to eat, places to really grow and thrive as they make their way out to the ocean. And those fish that can access floodplains have a higher survival rate, and there's more of them that will come back as adults. And so what we're wanting to do is recreate new floodplain habitat that's lower in elevation so that it can flood more frequently and more easily. And so the Tuolumne River Regional Park and the Carpenter Road area is one of those areas where we hope to bring in some equipment, lower some floodplain areas, and create that good floodplain habitat. Another area where we plan to do that is up near LaGrange, also a place that doesn't flood as frequently as we'd like, so we'd like to create those new floodplain terraces so that we have these great places for baby salmon and steelhead as they make their way out to the ocean. To recreate or build new terraces that are lower in elevation, so as the river does come up, it will flood them more easily and we'll get more frequent flooding. And that'll really be a huge benefit for baby salmon and steelhead as they're making their journey out to the ocean.
My name is Manuel Rivera, and I'm a mental health clinician, and I'm involved in a lot of community work in South Modesto, my neighborhood I grew up in. I serve on the board of South Modesto Partnership, and I'm also involved with a neighborhood group called Manos Unidas South Modesto Community Group. I've been really privileged to come alongside and volunteer some time with Tuolumne River Trust and some of the great work they do alongside the river. I love that idea of bringing families and exposing our youth to the outdoors as a way to just connect with their community and connect with others. So some of the best memories I have is as a kid is just roaming around trails on my bikes with my cousins and my sisters. I remember as a kid just coming out to the parks and just riding our bikes and just exploring and looking around, see what we could find, rocks and things like that. And as an adult, I still ride the trails here by the river, and I love that I get to share those experiences and relive those memories with my little ones. I'm just really grateful for this resource we have here in our community, and I just love all the work that's being done to be able to create better spaces for us to just spend some time outdoors.
Since our founding in 1981, the Tuolumne River Trust has been the voice for the river. We seek a healthy and vibrant river that is teeming with fish and wildlife, safe for drinking, fishing, and swimming, and held in a trust as a refuge for our children and grandchildren. We build support for stewardship of the river through watershed-wide education programs, on-the-ground habitat restoration projects, and by promoting policies to protect and restore the Tuolumne. With 9 staff in our offices in Sonora, Modesto, and San Francisco, we are the only organization working throughout the watershed. In the Sierra Nevada, the 2013 Rim Fire burned over 250,000 acres of Sierra Nevada forest, the largest in history. Since March of 2015, you've helped us restore over 1,000 acres of forest and 24 meadows. We've planted over 100,000 trees and rehabilitated 65 miles of trails. In this process, we've engaged over 3,000 volunteers. In 2017, we signed an agreement with the Stanislaus National Forest to restore the health of the forested watershed. We plan to replant thousands of acres of forest that burned at high severity, restore the remaining unburned forest, and reintroduce healthy fire. This will create a more resilient forest landscape that continues to provide clean water, better sequester carbon, and improve wildlife habitat. As we move down the watershed, we reach the Central Valley, where after nearly 10 years of work, we were able to remove the broken and dangerous Dinant Dam from the lower river, restoring the Tuolumne's flows in that region. Last year, your support engaged over 2,000 volunteers in habitat restoration and river cleanups, removing 50 tons of garbage from the river and surrounding communities. You helped us offer 55 recreation opportunities to youth and their families, educate over 1,000 students in the classroom through hands-on field trips, and engage hundreds of young people from the Central Valley community in river outings and activities. In the Bay Area, we advocate for a healthier river that supports all life. In 2008, we convinced the San Francisco Public Utilities Commission to drop plans to divert an additional 25 million gallons of water per day from the river. Last year, you enabled us to submit 130 pages of science-based comments to public agencies and testify at 27 meetings, as well as give over 40 community presentations that educate the public about current water policy issues. This is just a glimpse at all of the work we do along the watershed, and none of it would be possible without you. So from all of us here at the Tuolumne River Trust, thank you so much for your support as we continue to protect and restore the beautiful Tuolumne watershed.
Hi, everybody. I am John Nimmons. I am the chair of the Tuolumne River Trust, chair of the board, rather. Who knew that chatting virtually could be so much fun? But it's been great, and it's wonderful to have all of you. Thank you so much for joining us for this evening. On behalf of the board and all of the staff of the Trust, I want to wish all of you a very warm welcome to this year's Fall Gala, virtual as it must be. and to say how delighted we are to have all of you and that you've taken your time out of your schedules to join us for this celebration of the Trust's work. The pandemic has made this a different kind of event than we're used to, obviously, but we intend in the next hour to be both informative and fun for everyone. So let's get started. This year's gala focuses on two themes: forest restoration and environmental justice. On forest restoration, we're expanding the Trust's work to restore the watershed's forests and to build resilience against more devastating wildfires. On environmental justice, we're doubling down on our work to continue to ensure community access to outdoor spaces in the watershed and also to strengthen the Trust's organizational commitment at every level, from the board to the advisors to the staff to all of the outside partners that we work with. Given this summer's wildfires, the need for forest restoration could hardly be more compelling now. So far in 2020, more than 8,000 fires have burned nearly 4 million acres in our state, making this by far the largest wildfire season in California history. We know that properly managed forests, including those in the Tuolumne watershed, greatly reduce the risk of catastrophic wildfires, so it's never been more important to rise up as a community and build resilience back into our forests. Since the 2013 rimfire that destroyed over 250,000 acres in the watershed, the Trust has made some incredible progress in restoring forests, meadows, and streams of the upper watershed. Of course, we followed the president's entreaties and enthusiastically raked the forest. But even beyond that, we've planted over 100,000 native trees, built or restored over 70 miles of trail systems, improved over 1,200 acres of deer habitat, and helped restore more than 30 meadows and springs. In the coming year, we'll increase the pace of our restoration work and we'll be thinning overly dense forests so we can get healthy fire back into the landscape. Our goal is to dramatically increase the amount of prescribed fire as a restoration tool to reduce the risk of high-intensity megafires like the rimfire and the fires we've seen this year across the state, which, by the way, have already devastated about 16 times the acreage that the rimfire blackened. So our forest and river restoration work goes hand in hand with the environmental justice work that we've been doing in Modesto's minority riverside communities. Even with COVID, we've continued our work with hundreds of volunteers to remove over 17 tons of trash and debris from the Tuolumne to make the river a safer and more inviting place for these under-resourced communities that live near it. We've also continued our work with kids and families in these communities, providing actual outings before COVID and now continuing virtual learning about how folks can enjoy riverside parks on their own. We've been delighted to kick off work with Modesto to plan an exciting new 70-acre riverside park that will provide an amazing new amenity for the community while restoring floodplain there to improve habitat for fish and wildlife. We're also doing detailed planning now for a 240-acre floodplain project upstream near LaGrange. So these projects will not only improve amenities and access to healthy outdoor space for the river neighborhoods that TRT serves, but they'll offer a model for restoring Central Valley rivers to improve habitat, recreation, water quality, and flood control. So that's a brief overview of the work we've been doing this year and will be doing in the coming year on forest restoration to increase resilience and on community activities to advance environmental justice. And that concludes what I hope has been the informative part of tonight's event. But I also said we're here to have some fun, so it's my great pleasure to introduce, back for another year as our auctioneer extraordinaire, Mr. Chad Carvey. For 29 years, Chad's day job was as a school principal. Better known as the principal auctioneer, he's been the auctioneer for Alec Baldwin, Sir Richard Branson, Sharon Stone, Sarah McLachlan, the 49ers, U.S. Olympic team, to name just a few. Some of you might remember that last year at the actual gala, we told you that Chad and his lovely wife Carolyn couldn't join us because they were about to start a sailing voyage around the world. Well, they did that. And now, as they continue that voyage, Chad and Carolyn are actually joining us tonight all the way from Alaska. That's where he caught those coho salmon that you saw in the chat. And for tonight, Chad's ours. So let's open our hearts and our wallets and give a warm TRT welcome to Chad Carvey, our principal auctioneer.
All right. Woo, woo, woo. Make some noise. How you guys doing? Can you believe this? We're all the way in Alaska. I've been your auctioneer for a number of years. I couldn't come last year because we were leaving for our 10-year sailing voyage around the world. We've had a crazy adventure. I'll have to tell you sometime. We got wonderfully stuck in Vancouver. And here we are in Alaska, and we're talking to you and with you. What a crazy, crazy year. First of all, a gala like this takes a bazillion meetings, a gazillion emails. Give it up for your gala team. Come on, make some noise. So I have our team Alaska. Hear it for Alaska Live right here. Yep, Bill and Amanda are here in Alaska to support you. Great Trouts Unlimited kind of people, great folks. Oh, my wife said to tell you, how many of you think that my tie is fly? Anybody think my tie is fly? Okay, this is my fly tie. My fly tying fly. Can you see? You can't see the little flies, but it doesn't go with my vest, but I had to wear it because that is my fly tying fly, and I love to fly fish. So, well, what a crazy year we have had together. I think when I was with you last, it was also a crazy year, and I said, how many of you over this past year have said to yourself, arg, or you've got to be kidding me, or something like that? But here, we're right now tonight in Petersburg, Alaska, and the name for Petersburg, Alaska is Little Norway. So I'm going to teach you how to say arg in Norwegian, all right? So when I say go, we're going to say it together. So arg in Norwegian is oofda, oofda. We're going to say oofda together. So it's been a crazy year together. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, oofda, all together. So here's the thing. There are two kinds of people. There's the kinds of people who say, you've got to be kidding me, or oofda. And then maybe they go post a really strong Facebook meme or something like that. And then there's salt of the earth people who come out on a night like this to take a big stand for the environment, for their beloved river. Give it up if that's you tonight. Come on, make some noise if that's you taking a stand. Tonight, you are the heroes. And I want you to picture right now. I did the math, and you have roughly a mile to a mile and a half of the Tuolumne River for each guest here tonight. What will you do tonight with your mile of the river? How will the trout do? How will the crawdads do? How will the rushing rapids and the quiet pools and the trees that are the watershed to our beloved river do? And I want you to take that mile, and I want you to see how much you can do tonight. And when I say, whose river is this? I want to hear you say, my river. Whose river is this?
My river.
It's your river. That's right. All right. So there are two ways to show your love for this incredible river tonight. We have an amazing fund need. We're going to all come together. Get ready. That's the heart of our night tonight. But save at least $100 or more for the end, because it's going to get a little bit crazy. We're going to crown, for the first time in history, not the last hero, because we've done that before, but the last virtual hero of the Tuolumne River tonight. You're going to be remembered down through history, the founding father or mother of this incredible year. Maybe it will never happen again. Maybe this will be the first, and you'll be the first one. So get ready. Not only do you get the glorious title, but our winner is going to choose either a glorious stay in Carmel, plus about almost $800 of wine, or fly fishing adventure with lessons and about $700 of Patagonia gear. So it's going to be crazy. Thousands of dollars in prizes, save at least $100 or more for the end. It's going to get crazy. We have a lot for you tonight, a lot of excitement. We have former Senator Barbara Boxer. Give it up for former Senator Barbara. She's going to be speaking to us tonight. Stay tuned. We have incredible giveaways. This is one of the best galas for giveaways I've ever seen, plus trivia questions. In fact, let's go ahead and start with a trivia question and giveaway right now. Let me see that prize for the first trivia question. So take a look at this. Mixed case of wine valued at $240. Let's make some noise for Hobo Wine Company. Big supporters tonight. Them and Patagonia, just amazing. So what we're going to do is, in the next slide, when I say go, it's going to ask a question. The first person, and I'll judge it, the first person to type the correct answer, or if it's like 10 or 15 seconds, I'll take the closest answer, wins this 240 bottles of wine. So, and then we're going to do a freebie giveaway after that. So something for everybody. All right. On your marks, get set, next slide, go. How many trees have we planted to restore the burn area of the 2013 rimfire? You can only make one guess, and here we go. Only make one guess, only make one guess, only make one guess. Ladies and gentlemen, we have a, wait, I think I saw it, I think I saw it, I think I saw a winner. I see, I gotta go way back. 100,000. Peter 267, make some noise. 100,000. Woo, woo, woo. Awesome. Peter, you have a lot of wine, so no whining from you. All right. Come on, dad jokes. My God, you guys. All right. Next up, let's take a look at this next slide. A case of Endless West whiskey. Endless. Give it up for Endless West whiskey. You're going to get 12 bottles of whiskey valued at $540. And I'm just going to choose this randomly. They've given us a list, and I'm going to go ahead and make that choice. And I'm putting my finger down, and it looks like John 127. You have to be present. You have to say here in the chat. John 127, are you here? You have to say here, John 127. John 127, are you here? He's here. John 127. So you guys know that these two houses have all the wine and whiskey you could want. That's where the party is. Get ready. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, let me tell you how this works tonight. All of our donating is going to happen right down there in the right side of your screen in the chat. If I'm asking for a certain amount of money, you type that certain amount of money in there. You can always do what I'm asking or anything higher. Not lower, what I'm asking or higher. At the end, we're going to play a game called The Last Hero, I told you, and then you just type in exactly what I'm asking. No higher, just exactly what I'm asking. So you're going to type in the amount when I ask for it. I urge you to use a laptop or desktop. If you are on a cell phone, you probably will experience significant delays up to 10 seconds when my voice and picture reaches you. So we're going to do a little countdown before we switch each level. And what's going to happen, my wife Carolyn is going to type, show what you're going to do. When I'm doing a countdown and I'm going to the next level, I might say 5 seconds to go. And now 4 seconds to go. And now 3 seconds to go. Now, if you look in the chat there, even if you have a slow connection, you can stay right with me because that is going to be in real time and you can be right there. So get ready for those countdowns. All right. Remember my rule from last time. No spousal interference. No spousal restraint. Just if you had an argument, just let it go. This is the time to have some fun. All right. Here we go. Let's change gears here. We're going to start our fun to need. Put on my school principal serious face. I want you to remember right now that picture of your mile of the river, that the trout, the crawdads, all the amoebas and bugs and every good thing in there. And how clean is it? How nurtured, how cared for will your mile be? Now, we are all here tonight because we've noticed a trend. People are putting down their smartphones and they're coming out to support our rivers and our environment, right? No, they are not. We are here because you are the heroes because people are not doing that. And tonight you are the heroes taking a big stand for our rivers, a big stand for our environment. Thank you, thank you, thank you so much. So before I ask you to give those donations, before we change the face of our river for this year, we're going to watch a movie. And sit back because this movie is fantastic. It shows you everything, all the programs that TRT does. So look at this closely, and then we're going to do our fundraiser right after. Thank you.
TRT is a highly effective organization because of people like you. Whether participating in a river cleanup, helping to restore the watershed, advocating for higher in-stream flows by testifying at hearings and submitting written comments, or providing financial support, every action you take adds to our success. Thank you so much for being an integral part of TRT.
The work that the Tuolumne River Trust does, we do it through education, advocacy, and restoration. And these three strategic approaches, though they're distinct in their style, they all really go together as a complete package. In the Sierra Nevada, we've seen significant problems with our forests. We've just had a lot of fires throughout the state, and the Tuolumne River specifically, we had the rim fire, which burned 250,000 acres. This is due to many years of fire suppression, where we've been just putting out every fire, and also poor management decisions like clear cutting, logging, and taking all the largest, most resilient trees. We've been really successful working with many partners in a collaborative called the Yosemite Stanislaus Solutions Collaborative to replant the forests that burned so severely during the rim fire, but also to thin out some of the unburned areas that are overly dense, that have too many trees, and so they're really just primed to burn really hot again. And the other key part of all of this is we want to get good fire back on the landscape.
You can see here one of our reforestation units. In the background you can see the forest, but in the foreground there isn't any. This landscape was devastated by the 2013 rim fire, which killed all of the forest structure and some of the landscape. We're working on reforesting this landscape to create habitat for native species such as deer. This used to be a critical landscape for deer in the winter, and by returning that landscape to its forested conditions like you can see in the background here, we're helping to ensure a sustainable and connected landscape capable of providing habitat for generations to come.
Here in Modesto, we're at the Tuolumne River Regional Park, one of the oldest portions of this park system, and it's a beautiful location, these grand old oak trees here, and so we want to kind of replicate that at another site downstream. It's part of the Tuolumne River Regional Park that has not been developed. It's an empty field, and we're planning to turn that into something similar, a grand beautiful park like you see here.
Last year we started this new program called Activate, and the vision for Activate was just to give youth more leadership experience, more opportunities to be involved in the community, as well as recreation, of course. And there was like a new component with it that was environmental justice, so teaching youth what environmental justice means and how that is connected to them and their communities as well. That's definitely something that I've noticed that's not taught in schools, but it's important because we're creating like a new generational pattern that was not there, you know, and once we are able to teach these youth skills, whether that's going camping, like life skills, leadership, you know, they carry those to their younger siblings, to their kids in the future. You know, like I said, it begins like a new pattern that was not there before, and it just carries on.
Pues para mí me gusta mucho que ellos se involucren en eso para que ellos mismos vean cómo se debe de cuidar la naturaleza y cómo entre todos podemos transformarlo cuando hay limpiezas, enseñarles que los parques se tienen que cuidar y respetar también, porque es el medio donde ellos pueden crecer y convivir con demás niños.
In terms of bigger community wins, there's been a multi-million-dollar active transportation project that will begin construction in about 2.5 years. Half of that community will get sidewalks and then Class 1 bike lane, in other words, a protected area to go to and from the community to the river park. The community is really learning a lot about the different public processes and why it's important for them to be involved, because in the end, it's they themselves that know what's best for the community. It's just the tools that organizations like the Tuolumne River Trust can help to support.
When I was invited to be an advisor for the Tuolumne River Trust, for me it was like a no-brainer because of our relationship that we have developed over the years. I'm really excited, and I feel like I'm not moving anywhere, and my kids are gonna grow, and hopefully one day they'll become the advisors or become a board member or whatever needs to happen to continue investing in the river. And I want to plant those seeds now with them. My kids planted 2 trees that are like right smack in the middle over there. So they've been part of like cleanups, they've been different parts of river rafting, they've been part of Rec Fest. Me and my son ride a lot of the trails up and down the river, all the way to Carpenter and then back. So we spent a lot of time in the river, and then this park, as a child, I kind of like grew up coming to this park. Now it's like you actually see a lot of physical improvements, things that have happened, especially here because this park has been in existence for a long time, and to see all that has been developed and kind of like the progression that it has taken, but at the same time, the people, the leaders from this community owning a lot of what's happening here has been incredible.
Operation 9-99 began with a kayak trip down the river, and the river was pretty badly blighted and was in need of some attention, and so I tried to find out who would be in charge of keeping it clean, and other than the Tuolumne River Trust, there really wasn't a lot of people involved in that. Over the years, we've been able to clean up hundreds of tons of material out of the river, and we've had thousands of people come out and participate. And the success of cleaning up the river has caused more people to come out and recreate along it. And so we've got improved park spaces and things like that. And the challenge is to continue that, keep it from falling back to a state of blight and letting people come back and kind of compromise the river, its health and the environmental impact that they can have sometimes. The dream scenario is that it's clean, that it's used by people for recreation, that we turn our face to the river and we start building the kind of amenities and infrastructure that not only will protect the river, but will draw people here, a regional destination to come and ride your bike and go for a walk and paddle your kayak, and that we have a vital river that's full of wildlife and has all the things that it could have, along with producing the water that's used for our valley and to grow crops. We can have a clean river and we can take care of the water that's in it, and we can see a vision where that is a total improvement for Modesto as a regional recreation destination.
These outdoor spaces are critical to our health and well-being. We find refuge, community, and inspiration in these special places. We also find hope in this community of people who care deeply about the river and the communities it runs through. As we celebrate another year of watershed restoration, grassroots activism, community building, and exceptional recreation, we invite you to raise your paddle and invest in the resilience and beauty of our watershed. Let's make history during our first virtual gala as we come together to pave the way for a more resilient and healthy watershed.
Oh my goodness. Make some noise for that beautiful video. Wow! Did you see that? If you weren't inspired by that, I don't know what's going to inspire you. Who wants to start us off at $5 million? Just raise your paddle at 5. Let's just get it done right now tonight. All right. So just kidding. No pressure. What we're going to do is we're going to do what we can tonight. And here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to ask you two things. Number one, that everyone here tonight just give something. I'm going to start high. I'm going to work down through the levels. I'm a crazy principal. We'll start high. Just breathe. We'll get down to all the levels for everybody. Choose one. And number two, choose whatever for you is a little bit of a stretch. If we all just stretch, do our little stretch level, we will make history tonight. It will be incredible. So we'll do what we can. Let me hear you say, we are small, but we are mighty.
We are small, but we are mighty.
All right. So here we go. In just a moment, I'm going to start us at $5,000. And then 1,981, and then 1,500, 250, and $100. But before we start at $5,000, just a quick pause. Maybe there's a hero tonight, and you can give anything above $5,000. Maybe and I would love to have you dedicate your gift in honor of the program, in honor of a staff member, in honor of your sweetheart, if you're romantic. Or maybe you just got divorced and want to celebrate. I don't know. Maybe your parents, your family, your business. I have had some people this week dedicate their gifts to Ruth Bader Ginsburg, RBG, the notorious RBG. Whatever you want to dedicate your gift to tonight. Maybe above $5,000 for 39 amazing years, you can stretch to $39,000. And my goal tonight is to watch your gala team and board sob and then faint. I want to see sob and then faint. That's my goal. Or maybe 10,000 and impact not one, but many miles of our river. In fact, it completely restores roughly 4 entire square acres of river watershed. So right now it's all dark. Who are the first stars to be seen tonight, shining in the darkness? This first ever virtual, you'll be remembered in history, our founding fathers and mothers, our first donors. Last chance before we start at 5,000. Is there anybody higher? We're going to start at 5, but there's anybody higher. Last chance for anybody to go above $5,000. We're going to go on in just a minute. Oh, Susan 106. $5,600 in honor of all of you TRT supporters, Susan and Maury. Give it up for Susan 106. Thank you. From Susan and Maury. Thank you, Susan and Maury. Beautiful. Come on, make some noise. We haven't even started yet, and we're already ahead. Who else? Where are my champions at anything above $5,000? Our heroes tonight taking a big stand. Everything from here on out is all a tax write-off. Nothing else, just all a tax write-off. Okay, last chance. We're going to go to the next level. 5 seconds to go at above 5,000. Anybody else? You can dedicate your gift. 4 seconds to go at above 5,000. And 3 seconds to go. Oofta. I like that. 2 seconds to go at 5,000. 1 second to go at 5,000. Give it up for Susan and Maury and that great gift. Woo, woo, woo. Starting us off amazing, amazing. All right. Now we get to our first level, but we're already ahead. So it's crazy. All right. $5,000. It's high, but I was thinking, we're from Marin. $5,000 at Whole Foods is maybe 2 bags of groceries, right? $5,000. $5,000 is you restoring 2 acres of watershed, or 5 months of forest restoration from one of AmeriCorps' interns, or imagine this, $5,000 is you planting 200 gorgeous, beautiful trees. We'll call it your name forest, your little forest right there at $5,000. So here we go. This is our power. Imagine if we could get 5, we'd raise 100,000 in a moment. Here we go. On your marks at 5,000. Get set at $5,000. Are there anybody here at 5,000? Go. Any leaders at 5,000? Yes. Bart 107, $5,000. Bart, do you want to tell us any dedication to anyone or anything? And John 127, $5,000 from John K. John, do you want to dedicate your gift in honor of anyone or anything tonight? Taking a huge stand, putting your money where your mouth is for our beautiful river and environment. Give us, you guys, as you donate tonight, give us your dedication to your mom or your family or in memory of a loved one. What a great thing to do for somebody, or your sweetheart if you're romantic. Anybody, any dedications, give it right now tonight. Right now, we already have 2. We're already over 15,000. We haven't started. Wait, Eric 116, $5,000 for the amazing TRT staff. Give it up for Eric. Come on. Woo-hoo. Jim 189, $5,000. Beautiful Jim. Do you want to dedicate your gift in honor of anyone or anything? We are already making history tonight. We barely even started. We have a long way to go. You guys are amazing. Look at you. Angels, this right now, I don't know if you saw what happened last night. This right now is the healing that our nation needs. This kind of love, this kind of truth, this kind of giving. Beautiful, beautiful. What an example tonight. Anybody else? Last chance at 5,000. I got to go. 5 seconds to go at 5,000, your chance. 4 seconds to go at 5,000. And 3 seconds to go at 5,000. And 2 seconds to go at 5,000. And 1 second to go at 5,000. All right, give it up for those $5,000 leaders, our community leaders tonight. Woo, amazing. All right, now, this next one is a big one. In fact, it's so big that I had to think of 5 different reasons why it's so powerful. So I usually go from 5,000. You've always seen me in the past. I go from 5,000 and I go usually to 2,500. So why 1981? Because all those years ago, 39 years ago, that is when TRT started to save our river, to do so much amazing work. So it's really the anniversary or the birthday level for TRT to honor 39 amazing years, $100 a year for every one of those years. I was a junior in high school, 1981. So ever since then, okay, that's first number, birthday or anniversary. Number 2, 1981, to put it in perspective, it's like one night out in the town in San Francisco, maybe, if you use Groupon, possibly, right? 1,981. 1981 is you restoring over a full acre, your acre, or planting 80 trees, your forest of 80 trees. That's number 3. Number 4, I did some math. The number of guests here, if every one of us remaining gave 1981, we would raise in a moment almost $500,000. That's our power as a TRT family tonight. That's our power. All right. And then finally, here's the biggest reason. We have a few angels here tonight. Let's hear it for Bart and Nancy Westcott and the Mary Lyons family and the Mapes Ranch. Make some noise. These angels have said that they're going to match us dollar for dollar, not the next 5,000. not the next 10, not even the next 20,000. They're going to match you dollar for dollar the next $35,000. Let's celebrate that gift. Beautiful. And what that means is that every one of you who gives stretches to 1981 right now doubles to nearly $4,000 each. So not 80 trees, 160 trees. Everything doubled tonight, right now. This is the magic of this huge, incredible gift. Ladies and gentlemen, at 1981, on your marks, I want to see the board sob and faint. 1981, get set and go. 1981, each of them doubling to almost $4,000. Here we go. Who's going to give it 1981? Yes, and give your dedication. Edgar114 says Babette and Gary Wagner are unable to join tonight, but they want to give $2,000. Make some noise. Thank you, Babette and Gary Wagner. Who else? 1981. If you want to go 2,000, we'll take that as well. That's fine. Each of your donation doubling to nearly $4,000 for our river. Let's take advantage of this incredible generosity, this incredible gift, this incredible chance right now. Is there anybody else who will take a big stand for our rivers at 1981, doubling? Yes, yes. Cindy 109. Cindy gladly gives 1981. Cindy, do you want to dedicate your gift in honor of anybody else? Oh, or anything? Eric Heights 229. Eric Heights and Brenda Burks 1981 in honor of the salmon swimming upriver right now. Beautiful, beautiful. Oh, I love this. We're making history. Who else? Who else? Anybody else? Last chance. Cindy, tell me if you want to dedicate your gift in honor of anyone or anything or any part of the program or our youth or RBG or anybody you want to. This is your chance right now. Our leaders taking a big stand, each of them doubling to nearly $4,000. Okay, last chance. Anybody else want to say happy anniversary, happy birthday, 1981? Oh, Cindy says, Cindy wants to dedicate it to Tim Hutchins, best fishing guide of the Tuolumne, who knows the fish by name. I love that. Hey, you know what? Later on tonight, you're going to get a chance to win a beautiful fly fishing trip with Tim. So get ready. All right, anybody else? Anybody else? Last chance at 1981. We got to go. 1981 going once and twice. 5 seconds to go at 1981 level. 4 seconds to go at 1981 level. 3 seconds to go at the 1981 level. I think our Alaska people are more excited than anything. 1 second to go at the 1981 level. They want you to do it. And give it up for all those 1981 donors. Woo, woo, woo. Well, there's a kind of good news at this next level because we did not exhaust the 35,000, and that means that at this level we call the $1,000 level. Us auctioneers, we call it the make or break level of any gala because this is where it gets done. If it doesn't getting done here, it doesn't happen. That means your 1,000 becomes $2,000. Till we hit that $35,000 match, your 1,000 turns into 2. So get ready. First, yeah. So each 1,000 is you funding 4 public meetings to help Riverside residents engage in park planning and river restoration, or 40 trees, $1,000, 40 trees. But remember, all of your doubles, so 80 trees. Or it supports 4 meetings with legislators to improve policies. But again, all of this doubles. $1,000 is high, but again, to put it in perspective, it's like one night out in the town in someplace affordable. Fresno, maybe, I don't know, Salinas, right? Something like that. So right now, the power of us all, if everybody were to give 100,000, we would raise almost $200,000. That's us as a power tonight. This is it. This is it. This is the big one. So doubling to $2,000. Everybody's going to double. You give 1,000, it doubles to 2. On your marks at 1,000. Close your eyes. Get set at 1,000 and go at 1,000 and give us all your dedication. $1,000 and give your dedication right now as you give $1,000, doubling to $2,000. Now don't everybody rush at once, so I can't keep up with you. Okay, what happened? Did you get traumatized as a child at 1,000? Yes. Okay, here we go. Richard 243, $1,000 from Cherie and Richard. Make some noise for Richard and Cherie. Thank you. Doubling to $2,000. Who else? Come on. You guys, $1,000. I paid that much for my rear taillight of my car last year. My Lexus was my SUV. Okay, Patricia 202, $1,000 from Tricia in honor of all the great staff and work of give it up for the great staff of TRT who work so hard. In the trenches every single day. Come on, who else will join them? And let's honor 39 years, you guys. Come on, take a big stand. Who can stretch and say, I can take a stretch right now for the forest, for future generations, for our communities. At $1,000, we can do this. I want you to, when you think of $1,000, when I say stretch, I mean, you know how when you want to buy something really bad, you always find the money to buy it, that thing on Amazon? I'm thinking like, do that. Stretch like as if something you needed to go. How many of you have a piece of clothing at home that was worth more than $1,000? All right, here we go. Cedric 246 says $1,000 from Cedric DLB and Susan Stansbury, aka Susan 213. And dedicated to the river, its habitat, and all its creatures, and all the heroes and sheroes which protect it. I love that. I got both genders going on there. All right, anybody else right now at $1,000? Where are our leaders taking a stand? We're almost, Susan, you just write $1,000. Do you want to give $1,000? You just donate, say $1,000, and we'll count it in. Just type it like you just typed, how do I bid? Type $1,000 and we'll have you. Just type 1,000 and whom you like to dedicate your gift to. All right, Susan, you're welcome to right there. Is there anybody else at $1,000? We got to go. Last chance, $1,000. 5 seconds to go at $1,000. 4 seconds to go. You can still get in it. And 3 seconds to go at $1,000. And 2 seconds to go at $1,000. And 1 second to go at $1,000. You can always give higher. Give it up for those $1,000 donors. Woo-hoo-hoo. You can always give above what I'm asking too. That's perfectly fine. All right. The second make or break level of any gala is 500. This is the second big one. Second chance to make our board sob and then faint. This is it right here. And remember to dedicate your gift. Take an opportunity to remember somebody you love. Maybe somebody, an angel who changed your life, or a teacher or something. So I think there's some match left. Let me check. Marisol, can you tell me in the chat, just yes or no, in the main chat here, is there any match left? I think so. I think we still have some match left. I think these, at least the first 500s are going to turn into 1,000s. It will, that's for sure, at least for a little while. I don't know how long, because we have to match that whole 35. But again, the first 500 matches of you, depending on how many, will be doubled. So $500 is you funding 2 community meetings, or 2 translators for bilingual meetings, or you just planted 20 glorious trees. But remember, that's going to double. That means you're responsible for planting 40 trees right now. $500 is like the cost of one fancy dinner out. Maybe in Alaska, yeah, fancy dinner, pretty fancy dinner out. $500 is in San Francisco. I think I told you last time I ran a red light, and the ticket was $500. So here's what I'm thinking. Let's just break the law together. Let's hold hands, well, COVID hands, and we'll run a red light together, break the law for our river. Let's everybody give $1,000. But wait. Oh, Marisol says there's 1,500 of the match rate. So that means the first 3 at 500 are going to double to 1,000. So $500 donors. Yes, our history, our record is in your hands. Let's go. Everybody else. Anne Marie 256 says $500 dedicated to my parents who showed their love of the outdoors. They're still going strong in their 80s. Anna Marie, tell us their names. We'd love to say the names of your parents. Susan 276, $500. Give it up for Susan. Thank you. Do you want any dedication, Susan? Give us a dedication. We want to know, Anna Marie, their names of your parents. Come on. Let's love people up. Let's have a love fest. Yes, Wait and Johanna. Give it up for Wait and Johanna. Woo, woo, woo. Those right there, folks, are good parents. Those are good parents that have a daughter like you. All right, who else? Last chance. Come on. The first 3, there's still one more person gets to double their 500 is going to turn into $1,000 right now for our beloved river. The next one up, this is you. Whoever gets it. Yes, Shannon 150, $500 in honor of fish, bees, birds, and trees. Very specific. The birds and the bees, the birds and the bees, the fish and the trees. The birds and the bees, the fish and the trees. Cindy 109 is in for another $500. Come on, make that. That's a stand. That's a huge stand. Woo, woo, woo. Beautiful. Anybody else? This is a huge moment right now. Unbelievable. Now let me just, Marisol, in just a minute, I'm going to ask you to type in the chat here where we are with the match, but not yet. Hold on, get ready to type it in with the match. Now, folks, I don't know what that is yet. She has the spreadsheet. I want you to remember something. In person, last year, the entire Fund a Need, you raised $33,000. We're not done yet. We're halfway through. We still have 500, 250, 100. Let's see how much we have raised. Marisol, can you type that in with the match so far tonight? 33,000 is what we wanted to beat from last year. What did we do? Type it in there, right in there in the main chat, right in there. Oh, and Susan 276 says our donation is dedicated to Camp Berry Happy. Camp Berry Happy. Hold on. I'm going to take a look at that tally spreadsheet. Hold on. I'm going to join you, Marisol, just a minute. Ladies and gentlemen, with the match right now, you have raised, remember, $33,000 last year. You are right now over $72,000. Make some noise. Not counting the match, you're at 37. So we're already 5,000 more than last year, not even counting our match. Make some noise. This is a miracle. And we're doing it virtually. This is too much. All right. Okay, here we go. Let me get back to my notes here. All right. Anybody else at 500? Last chance to be a world changer at $500. Yes. Eddie and Alicia 113 say $500 for my kids. Give it up for Clay and Clementine. Clay and Clementine showing the kids. And you know what? Get your kids on here typing in and bidding and donating. This is a great way to teach them how to give. And Marty says, oofta. I like it. All right. Last chance at $500. John says education, advocacy, and restoration. Bless you. And here we go. $500. 5 seconds to go at 500. Last chance. Brad 222. $500 with big thanks to Joe Daly and Dick Linford. Make some noise for those folks. All right, we're going to close the 500 level or above. You can give above. 500 or above in 5 seconds to go. And 500 above in 4 seconds to go. And 500 and above in 3 seconds to go. 500 above in 2 seconds to go. In 1 second, everybody celebrate that. Say oofta, oofta, oofta. Oh, amazing. Okay. Now, last 2 chances to be a part of this miracle tonight. 250 and then 100. So 250 is where we are. That's one, not fancy dinner, decent dinner out. 250, fancy pizza, baby. Okay. 250. You just planted 10 majestic trees, your little group, or you funded one vital meeting with legislators, maybe the one where we really got a breakthrough and got things to change. I'm calling the 250 level tonight the My Fair Share level, because if everybody else who has not given yet were to give 250 right now, we would raise in that moment more than the entire Fund a Need last year. That's our power together. 250 is the cost of one Prius key, I found out. One Prius key is $250 right now. So 250, folks. Now, our history, TRT history, is now in your hands. Whatever you give, you're going to set the record tonight. The record in history, probably our only virtual, certainly our first one, is in your hands, 250, folks. On your marks. Get set and go at 250. I see that Ellen 115 says 250 in memory of Whiskers. Give it up for Whiskers. Oh, beautiful. Who else? Come on. Who's going to give 250? Who's going to be 2.5? Get him at half. Yes, Joe and Susan 149. 250 from Joe and Sue in honor of Johanna Thomas. Give it up for Johanna. Yes, Martin 139 in at 250 for the advocacy for the Tuolumne. Thank you again, TRT. Beautiful. Alice Smith in honor of Charles Dreckmeyer, $500 just joined. Alice Smith, and I don't have your bidder number, but Alice Smith, we will find you in honor of Charles Dreckmeyer. Thank you so much, $500. Foo 143, $300 for Tuolumne River Trust. Thank you, $300. I love it. Denora 315, $250. In honor of Virginia Madueño and all the TRT staff. If anybody wants to give $390 for the 39 years, $10 per year for 39 years, that could work too. Anybody? Julianne 234. Julianne was my first girlfriend in 4th grade, I remember. So we got married, sweetie. I'm telling my wife we got married, so I don't know if it's still in there. 4th grade. Julianne 234, $250 for the river from Julianne. That's it. Very pure, very simple. Joy 324, $250 in honor of Bryce Whitmore. Thank you, Bryce. Woo, woo, woo. Who else? Christopher 226, $250 in honor of Anthony Willard. Thank you, Anthony. Stefan and Ellen 144, $250 in honor of Charles Dreckmeyer. Again, another Charles Dreckmeyer. Thank you. Woo, woo, woo. Anybody else? Oofta. Last chance at $250. Last chance. We're making history at $250. We're going once at $250 and going twice at $250. We're going to close $250. 5 seconds to go at $250. Only one more chance after this. 4 seconds to go at $250. 3 seconds to go at $250. 2 seconds to go at $250. 1 second to go at $250. Give it up for all those $250 donors. Woo, woo, woo. All right, here we go. Last chance. And now TRT history is truly, because this is now, it's in nobody else's hands. It will only be in your hands right now. The $100 donors, and we're going to have some fun with this. Now, $100 is you, all of you $100 donors, each of you planting 4 beautiful trees. That's your own little copse of trees there. Or $100 is you providing all the fishing gear, pole and everything for a family and a young person to get out on the river, possibly for the first time. You know, I was the principal in Gonzales many years ago, Gonzales by Salinas, and I had students, and we were half an hour from the sea. I had plenty of students in my school who had never seen the ocean. Can you imagine, a half an hour away? And I bet you that there are kids in schools all around the Tuolumne who have simply never been there, never experienced the richness and wonder of catching a fish, catch and release, or catching a fish and eating it, never experienced that. So this is huge. But remember, I promised you fun at the end. So this is it. We're hoping everybody else joins you, $100 donors, because we're going to crown, for the first time in all of TRT history, the last virtual hero of our Tuolumne River. You are going to be the king or the queen, the crowning royal family. And not only that, we have thousands of dollars in prizes. So you're going to choose one of these. Listen carefully. Option 1 is the first choice for our hero. 3 glorious days, 2 blissful nights in the Highlands in Carmel. Let's hear it for huge TRT supporters and donors of this package. Susan Namori Stern and Hobo Wine. Make some noise. Beautiful noise. Now, as a Big Sur kid, I lived in the wilds of Big Sur, and about once a month we would drive the long drive to town, and we passed the Highlands Inn. And all of us, this is what we said as kids: that's where the senators and the presidents stay, because that's what happens. Senators, presidents, royalty have stayed. The Highlands Inn, my wife and I have stayed there once, and it was amazing. They have swimming pools and kitchen, beautiful views, garden spa, complimentary mountain bikes, and a partridge in a pear tree. This is incredible. Not only that, but that's thousands, but you're also going to get a $780 full case of fine wines. That's your first option. Now, your second option as your hero is a fly fishing adventure and lessons on the Upper Tuolumne watershed for 2. Let's hear it for Cindy, Charles, and Patagonia. Make some noise. So you're going to get guide services and lessons. We'll see a picture of that amazing prize up there. I think lessons and all the needed gear from pro instructor Tim Hutchins. Rare and secret fishing spots right just by itself. That is worth it. Worth a fortune alone. Plus over $700 of your own Patagonia packs and clothes and gear to keep. This is amazing. And then after we play this game and our hero chooses whichever one of these 2 that our hero doesn't choose, I'm going to sell to you as a regular auction lot. So get ready. So here's what we're going to do. Let me go to the rule slide, the next slide. So Who's going to be the last hero? We're going to give this title. We're going to give the crown. We're going to give the glory and the choice of A or B. So Carmel and wine, or Patagonia Gear and fly fishing adventure. And all of it's going to go to, listen carefully, the last person who donates tonight. Think about it. Not who donates most, just who donates last. When I'm asking at a donation level, you can give just that amount. Now, you can donate as many times as you want, as you keep on trying to be the last person, but every time you donate, it adds to your total. You owe all the money that you donate each time. It adds up. Now, we're going to start at $100. It might end there, but if it goes on too long, we have a couple more things to get to. An incredible award. We have Barbara Boxer to get to, who's going to speak to us. So if it goes on too long, I may raise the levels. Fair warning, if it goes too long, we don't know. And this is how we're going to find the last person. I'm going to say going once, going twice, sold. And when I hit the D on sold, that's the person who's getting the crown, the glory, the title, and the choice of those two big, incredible options. So here we go. At $100, all of you $100 donors, this is your chance, and you possibly might be the last donor too, plus everybody else who wants to join them. Thousands and thousands of dollars. Who's going to donate $100 and get us started off? $100. Go. This is your chance. $100 donors. Yes. Tess 258. $100 for Clavey Falls from Tess and Eric Byler. They're last. Nope, they're not last, because Peter 267 is going to be King Peter. $100 and a case of wine to auction off. He might be donating. If he wins, he might give us the case of wine to auction. How about, it's going to be Queen Allison 219, $100 from Allison and George in memory of our beloved lost forest from fire to plant new trees. Thank you, TRT. Nope, it's going to be King Mark 331, $100 for my kids, Beck, Owen, Jay, and Holly, who have been floating the lower T every year for the last decade. Thank you. What a great family. Nope, it's going to be Queen Tanya 160. $100 for my granddaughters. Tell us your granddaughters' names. Conrad, it's going to be King Conrad 330. $100 from Conrad. David 112. $100 for Peter's dad. Thank you, Peter's dad. David, it's going to be King David. Nope. It's King Brian. King Brian 105. $100 in honor of TRT staff. It's going to be Queen Crystal 193. $100 for trees. Okay, it looks like is she the last one? Hold on. Okay, Queen Crystal going once. Oh, nope. It's going to be King Martin 138. $100 from Martin Gothberg to support the fall canoe river trips. Oh, let's get back on the river. Come on, COVID dumps. Okay, Allison 169, $100 in honor of my nephews and all the kids who are the future of our rivers. Okay, it's going to be Allison unless somebody beats her. Allison 169. Queen Allison going once. Queen Allison going twice. Oh, Conrad 330 gave 100. It's going to be King Conrad going once. King Conrad going twice. And we're going to close it in 3 seconds. Oh, Tammy 260, $100 to the amazing TRT staff. John 127, $100 in honor of Kyle. Leah 257, $100 for the TRT staff. Queen Kim 191. $100. I know you said 111, but we're just doing $100 here. $100 for Dad Donald Burney. $100 from Queen Kim 191. Okay, Queen Kim going once. Queen Kim going twice, and we have Virginia Madueño, $100 in memory of Ruth Bader Ginsburg and in support of TRT and their dedicated staff, Karen and Karen E. and Colin 130. So King and Queen there. $100, Karen and Colin Bryant in honor of the huge heart and effort of all the TRT staff and the board. We love you. It's going to be King David 112. Nope. Queen Karen 129. $100 from Zara and Nico. Locke, King or Queen Locke. I don't know if it's King or Queen Locke there. 196. $100 in honor of Gary Schneider. Okay. It's going to be Emperor Locke going once. Emperor Locke going twice. And I have it was close. Kirsten and Richard 145. $100 for tree restoration. Cedric 246. $100 for Peter's dad. Okay, stop. Hold on. Wait. Just wait on a minute. You guys, we have to get to Barbara Boxer. We can't go all night. We have awards to give. So right now, Cedric 246 is going to win it unless King Cedric. Unless somebody, wait, Jim. Unless somebody gives, well, Jim, I'll take your 100. Thank you, Jim. 189, $100. So King Jim, from now on at $200. Every gift has to be $200, not above, not below. You have to give $200 or it's going to be King Jim. King Jim or King James. King Jim going once, King Jim going twice, and you got to give $200. Oh, yes, Kirsten and Richard, 145, $200 for Central Valley programs. It's going to be Queen Kirsten and King Richard going once. Queen Kirsten and King Richard going, that's a mouthful, going twice. The Royals, Kirsten and Richard going 3 times. And that was close. Eric Height, 229, gives $200. King Eric going once. King Eric the Great going twice. King Eric the Great going 3 times. And Kirsten and Richard, another $200 from Queen Kirsten and King Richard, 145. Amazing. Thousands of dollars in prizes, you guys. Okay. Queen Kirsten and King Richard going once and twice. And that was close. Martin, 139. I need to do that countdown, huh, sweetie? Martin, 139. $200 for Pete's father. Thank you so much. Okay. It's going to be King Martin going once and 3 seconds to go at King Martin. 2 seconds to go at King Martin. 1 second to King Martin. And King John, 127, $200. King John going once. King John going twice. And 3 seconds to go at King John. And 2 seconds to go at King John. And 1 second to go at King John. And it is all over right there. Wait. If Tom, did Tom get in before Carolyn said sold? He did. Tom, King Tom 216. If you guys get in before Carolyn types it, it keeps on going. Lauren 194, $200 for TRT team, and from Lauren Mitchell. Thank you, Lauren. What a beautiful gift. It's going to be Queen Lauren. Queen Lauren going once. Queen Lauren going twice, and we're going to close it in 3 seconds to go. Queen Lauren up. Jim 189. It's just 200, Jim. 200 from Jim 189, not 250, just 200. Jim 189, 200. It's going to be King Jim. King Jim gave 200. King Jim going once. King Jim. Queen Alice 168 gave 200. King Jim 189, another $200. King Jim. Jim, was that? I think that meant that's the same 200. I think that's the same 200. So we're going to go back to it being Queen Alice in the lead. Unless you want to give another gift, Jim. You want to give? Is that a second one? Just say yes or no, Jim. Yes or no that's a second gift at 200. Yes or no? Because if not, it's going to be Queen Alice going once, Queen Alice going twice, and 3 seconds to go. Queen Alice. 2 seconds to go till Queen Alice. 1 second to go, Queen Alice, and it is John 127, $200. Okay, hold on, guys, stop. We've got to get to Barbara Boxer. So right now it's going to be King John, unless everybody now you have to give $300. $300 if you want to beat King John 127. Okay, King John going once, King John going twice. And we're going to close it. King John is going to be crowned in 3. Jim. King James, 189. King Jim, 300. King Jim going once. King Jim going twice. We're going to crown him in 3 seconds to go. We're going to crown him in 2 seconds to go. We're going to crown him in 1 second to go. And it is Cedric. King Cedric, 246. Cedric, 246, $300. Cedric, we're going to crown him in 3 seconds to go. King Cedric in 2 seconds to go. King Cedric in 1 second to go. King Cedric is sold. It is all sold. Carolyn, type it. It is over, ladies and gentlemen. It's King Cedric. King Cedric 246. Everybody say, all hail the king. All hail the king. And apparently his wife was involved. All hail the queen. All hail the queen. Now, Cedric and your wife, who's nameless on there, tell me what you want. You need to pick. Are you going to choose Carmel, wind down at Carmel-by-the-Sea, or are you going to choose the fly fishing? Option 1. Give it up for Carmel. They chose option 1. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, keep it on this page because right now we're going to do some real bidding. Regular bidding, you're going to bid in the chat when I ask for it. This is valued in the thousands, ladies and gentlemen, plus all the Patagonia gear. You could want $700, backpack, jacket, shirts, hat, all that treasure, that loot from Patagonia. We're going to talk about plus 5 fly fishing for 2 with all the gears and gear and boots and poles and everything and flies. So here we go. Worth $1,000. Who going to bid? Going to bid? Start them up at $500. We're going to bid 5. Hey, you know what? Let's have some fun. I'm going to go ahead and sing this one. So we're really going to bid. We're going to start on, but Bart, you got to type in $500 if you want to go. Lay it down for me because we're really going to bid. Here we go. Come on. Well, hey, now got a bit of woulda, coulda, shoulda, bit. Hey, now got a bit of woulda, coulda, now. Hey, now got a bit of woulda, coulda, shoulda, bit. Got a bit of one now. $500, yes, right there. $600. Who's gonna bid? $600. Come on down. $600. $600. $600. Who's gonna bid? $600 is a bid. Come on, 700. Go 700. Who's 700? Go 700. Okay, stop. You got me going. We have 600 on it. Guys, you can sell this on Craigslist for twice as much as this tomorrow. Folks, let's go. Come on, we have 600. I need $700 and go. Now gonna bid 7, gonna bid, who gonna bid? John 1, 2, yes, Bart is in. It's $700. Bart 107. It's $700. Now gonna bid 8. Well, gonna bid 8. Come on, let's honor this amazing gift from Cindy Charles and instructor Tim Hutchins. This is amazing. What a gift, chance of a lifetime bucket list if you're a fly fisher person or you want to learn fly fishing. 700, we need $8. $800 and go. 800 or higher. You can jump up above me if you want to. We have 7, now gonna bid 8. We're gonna bid $800 and go. Who's gonna go? 800, gonna bid 8. 800 once. If I was there, I would be bidding on it right now. $800, here we go. Now gonna bid 800 once, I gotta go. 800 twice. And we're going to close it at 800. 5 seconds to go. 4 seconds to go at 800. Come on. 3 seconds to go. Carolyn, just 3 seconds to go. And 2 seconds to go at 800. And 1 second to go at $800. And plus 7 and all this swag. $800 going once, going twice. And we have sold it. Carolyn has to type it. Sold, ladies and gentlemen. Bart 107, $700. Make some noise. Woo-hoo. Okay, hold on. I have to see where we are in the tally. Hold on. I have to refresh this amazing Marisol. Give it up for Marisol, who's worked at the tally. So last year you raised $33,000. And right now, with the funded need and the match and last hero, you are at $81,300. Make some noise. What a miracle. What an example to our nation you are tonight. Salt of the earth, beautiful people. Unbelievable. Amazing. Too much. I can't even, I'm ready to cry. You guys are the salt of the earth, but this is so beautiful. This is the healing that our nation needs right now tonight. So before I go, we have a final door prize. You can stay up here with me, Patrick. We're going to give a door prize. We have an entire case of Endless West whiskey. Value is $540. Thank you, Endless West. And we're going to go ahead and spin the dial. They gave me a list I'm spinning. And here we go, spinning. And it is Jim 189. Give it up for Jim 189. Make some noise. You have 12 bottles of amazing whiskey. So, folks, I'm going to say good night, but I'm going to be back a little bit later to give the last trivia question. Let's hear it from our Alaska team. Patrick, come and thank these amazing people. Aren't these incredible? These people are amazing.
Well, so it's just gratifying, the warmth and the gifts that we were getting tonight. So, yeah, so appreciative. I really appreciate it.
All right. Thank you so much. You guys, I'll see you back in a little bit for a trivia question. Woo-hoo!
Wow. Amazing. Thank you all. That was really cool. So we're going to begin the awards portion of our program tonight. And I want to start off by announcing a new way that we're going to continue to recognize our awardees. TRT has been presenting awards to those who have made an impact on the protection and restoration of the Tuolumne River since 2011. These individuals have dedicated countless hours to ensuring that community members and the general public know about the incredible resource that is the Tuolumne River and how it provides solace in nature, a refuge from a hectic and at times chaotic life, essential wildlife habitat, and recreational opportunities in some of the most amazing places on Earth. We'll be setting up a special page on our website that will act as a virtual wall of fame to honor those who have given an award in the past and going forward as well. So tonight's 3 awardees will be included on our wall of fame along with those past awardees. You'll find this new page on our website in the coming weeks, so keep an eye out for an announcement when this page is officially launched. And so now for tonight's first award, Virginia Madueño is the president of Imagine LLC and managing partner of Sandguard Growth LLC, a company that she started during the COVID pandemic. She's also a best-selling author and motivational speaker and recognized leader in her community. Currently, she serves as the chair of the California Commission on Boating and Waterways, to which she was appointed by Governor Jerry Brown in March 2013 and reappointed in 2017. She's a former council member and mayor of the city of Riverbank, California, which is located on the banks of the Stanislaus River, the Tuolumne's sister river just to the north. Her advocacy work through her public relations firm has touched many complex social issues in the San Joaquin Valley, including gangs, narcotics, childhood obesity, environmental justice, sustainable communities, higher education, healthcare, access, economic development, global trade, land use, and transportation planning. Wow, that is just an amazing number of things that she's involved with. What we are recognizing her for tonight is how she has improved access and recreational opportunities on Central Valley rivers in her role as mayor, chair of the Boating and Waterways Commission, and her PR firm. As an example, the city of Riverbank has a beautiful park on the Stanislaus River called Jacob Myers Park. Virginia was a motivating force to turn this little park into a focal point for recreation on the Stanislaus River and a showcase for how rivers can be a community amenity that can support healthier, more livable communities. She's continued to advocate for improving rivers and river parks in her role as the chair of the Boating and Waterways Commission, including being an advocate for the Tuolumne River Regional Park in Modesto. And I've worked with her a number of times on how we can improve those parks and access to them and the neighborhoods around them. So it's a real honor tonight that I'm able to present Virginia with our Community Water Champion Award for her good work. Thank you for everything you do, Virginia. You're such a great voice for Central Valley Rivers, and we're so appreciative of your efforts. A round of applause for Virginia.
Thank you so much. Thank you. I want to say thank you to Patrick and to the Tuolumne River Trust. It's a privilege, honestly, to be here and to take on this role as your water champion awardee. I wear multiple hats, and it's been interesting and it's been rewarding to see that the work that I have done with my PR firm has had an impact. But I would say that the most important work that I'm doing right now is as a governor appointee. When I first got contacted by the governor's office and they asked if I was interested in being an appointee for the California Boating and Waterways Commission, I really didn't realize how important and significant that work would be. And as I take a look at the videos of all the work that Tuolumne River Trust does in terms of expanding and providing recreational opportunities for rural communities, it really becomes, for me, more evident that I need to continue to place that advocacy work to create more opportunities for rural communities and beyond. When I got asked to serve from the governor's office, I was really honest, and I said, I don't know anything about boating, water, or waterways, and truth be known, I have a pool in my backyard. It's 5 feet, and I almost drowned, literally 2 years ago. But it was a good place for me to also share with the secretary who was interviewing me when he said, well, what qualifies you, Virginia, for you to take on this role? And when I told him about that, almost drowning and not knowing anything about boats or water or waterways, I did tell him one thing, and I said, Secretary, I may not know a whole lot about boating and waterways, But if you're looking for a champion who really is going to take this on, if you're looking for somebody who's going to advocate for communities, if you're looking for a champion who will bring, again, a new perspective, then I'm the person for the job. And that's what I continue to do. I always take a look at our rivers. I take a look at our waterways in California and what it can do to help bring more vibrancy to our communities, to our state, to our residents, and what can we do, again, to create more economic, if you will, wealth. And it's been very rewarding. So I thank the Tuolumne River Trust for this award. I'm blessed, I'm privileged, and I'm humbled, and I thank you so very much for all the great work that you do. Continue that great effort, because we are a new California, and this is the kind of effort we need to see moving forward. So thank you so much for this great honor, and good night. Thank you.
Tuolumne River Trust took on both San Francisco and two of the most powerful irrigation districts in the country. Yet despite representing San Francisco, time to get in your space capsule, back to 1982. So while Ruth Ginsburg Time to get in your space capsule, back to 1982. So while Ruth Ginsburg is making her mark on gender equality, still prevailing sentiment is that a woman's place is in the house. Now, Barbara Boxer was among an early wave who showed her place was in the House of Representatives. Diminutive in size and a woman, Barbara was often underestimated in her early years. Her intelligence, capacity to speak from her heart and to the heart, and her diligence in pursuing environmental and social justice achieved many successes in her 24 years as a member of Congress and in the Senate. And what political experts considered mission impossible, the fledgling Tuolumne River Trust took on both San Francisco and two of the most powerful irrigation districts in the country. Yet despite representing San Francisco, Barbara quickly signed on as a co-sponsor of our wild and scenic legislation. Our cause became quite personal for her. After a river trip in the summer of 1984 and her first night ever sleeping outdoors, she gave a passionate speech for the Tuolumne during the final House debate. She later personally summoned the forest supervisor to make emphatically clear that he must abandon plans to spray herbicides upstream from Camp Tawonga, a children's camp on the Tuolumne tributary. And so he did. The quality Barbara's credits to Trust's original campaign continues to characterize their work today. Our approach of coalescing the Tuolumne's diverse lovers and beneficiaries made us more powerful, as it does today. Now Barbara shares her remembrances of the Trust, which remains true to its roots and is deserving of your very generous support. Thank you, and here's Barbara.
Thank you so much for this honor. I have prepared about a 3-minute thank you, and I wrote it myself, and I'm recording this myself. I wish we could be together in a normal ceremony, but let me read you these remarks, which mean a lot to me. I did play a very small role in saving the Tuolumne, but I certainly remember it. The amazing campaign to save it, which resulted in my husband, Stuart, and my very first experience sleeping outside in the wild. Just a side note, after Stu experienced sleeping outdoors in the Army, he swore he would never sleep outdoors again. But he was so excited to be part of this campaign to save the river. And anyway, it wasn't so wild. It was beautifully planned for members of Congress and supporters. Everyone was together, and we had everything we needed. But for us city kids, and we were, it was an amazing experience looking up at the stars and being in that environment. I was elected to the House in 1982 when John Burton retired, and he asked me to run for his seat. One of my major platforms was saving the environment, which was under siege by Ronald Reagan, who famously said, quote, "If you've seen one tree, you've seen them all." and his Interior Secretary was ready to drill for oil off our magnificent coast. It was an anti-environmental siege. That is why the campaign to save the river faced such tough odds. It took a brilliant strategy to save it. And then in the middle of it all, we lost our champion, Phil Burton. The awards on this one should go to every member of the team that did so much against such stiff odds. I will say this, what you did for us is give us the issue, give us the facts that we needed to wage the battle. Now, you had me at hello, but you had to win over some very tough senators in order to succeed, and you had to defeat some very powerful interests in the Central Valley. My participation as a new member of the House was natural for me, because even before we saw the beauty, I knew that we mustn't lose this miraculous place that was home to 3 recreational camps for young people. You see, all the years that I was growing up in New York, in the heart of a crowded, densely populated area of Brooklyn, my parents saved up to send me to beautiful summer camp in upstate New York and later in Pennsylvania. I knew what those camps meant to urban kids, because I was one of them. So when I learned that campers would be displaced if the river wasn't saved, my concerns grew. We needed to win. This was an exquisite 30-mile canyon below Hetch Hetchy, the best remaining wild trout fishery in the Sierras. American Rivers had declared it the most endangered river in America, actually. So yes, I was there. And I was also there to stop the Forest Service plan to spray herbicide upstream from Camp Tawanga as payback for our success. I well remember that fight. So I was lucky to be in Congress to vote the right way, to advocate for the right thing. And as I have said many times, the very best ideas come from the people I was fortunate enough to represent for 40 years, first in local government, then in the House, then in the United States Senate. So thank you. Thank you for those ideas and for your passion and your work, and also for this award. How fortunate am I that you called me all those many years ago. Thanks again.
Yeah.
I knew immediately that I'd be back next year showing the guests the
Hello, everyone. I'm Joe Daly, and it is my privilege to be giving the Tuolumne Trust's first Tuolumne Pioneer Award to Bryce Whitmore. Bryce is an exceptional person in so many ways. Before I explain what I mean by that, allow me to bring you up to date as to where Bryce is now. He lives in Southwest Oregon on 50 acres outside the community of Talent. He continues to live independently. The property has a telephone, but no internet or cell phone connection. At 94 years of age, Bryce is quick-witted, clear-headed, and in very good spirits. Unfortunately, without internet access, he cannot be with us tonight. But the good news is that Bryce survived the recent Talent fires and sent us a message that Marty McDonnell will read after my comments. Bryce began kayaking in the mid-1950s as one of the first members of the Sierra Club's river touring section. He and others explored rivers all over California and Oregon, and to his credit, Bryce has more than a dozen first river descents. These explorations led to Bryce becoming a river outfitter in 1962. He was the first outfitter on the Tuolumne, the Stanislaus, South Fork of the American, East Carson, Sacramento, and farther north on the Trinity, Eel, Klamath, and Illinois. Bryce was also an inventor of river equipment. He made a mini cataract he called the Rapid Cat. It is likely he made the first fiberglass river kayak in the world. Also, he was the creator of the first self-bailing raft, the Huck Finn. Bryce was constantly tinkering. He came up with the thole pin and clips idea for rowing, as well as the ingenious rowing frames that were in the early days. Bryce actually tinkers to this day. Bryce loved to compete. He has an armful of awards from kayak races against other Americans and Europeans. Even before kayaking days, he raced cars in the 1950s. Impressively, Bryce was a skilled home builder. He built 5 homes from the ground up. He did all the timber, all the plumbing, all the electrical. He did everything. What is most amazing is that with all of this rich history, Bryce is a very modest man. The stories behind all that he has done come out only gradually. It is with great pleasure that we honor the first outfitter on the Tuolumne with a Tuolumne River Trust Pioneer Award. Now Marty McDonnell has a message from Bryce Whitmore. Thank you.
Thank you very much for this award. When Don Segerstrom and I first rafted the Tuolumne River in August of 1968, I was extremely impressed by how special the Tuolumne was. I knew immediately that I'd be back next year showing the guests the magnificent, outrageous rapids and beauty of the Tuolumne River Canyon. I am very touched by this award, and thanks Tuolumne River Trust for all that you do.
Woo-hoo! Bryce, one more time for Bryce. Woo-hoo! Beautiful. Inspiring. I love those old race cars. That was so amazing. All right. The last trivia question. Over $400 of Patagonia treasure, jackets and backpacks and everything. So get your fingers ready. Get your fingers poised to go. Look at all this swag right there. So treasure swag. Nice stuff. So in just a moment, we're going to put the picture of the question up there. And the first one to type it in gets to win all this loot. And that's the last giveaway of the night. So on your marks, get set, Shane Lee, go. Next slide. What's the most challenging rapid to navigate on the Tuolumne proper, the main Tuolumne River? What is it? Oh, we got it right off the bat. It was Sybil. I think, let me see, Sybil 322, the Clavey. Yes, the Clavey or Clavey. Give it up for Sybil. Beautiful. Wow, that was amazing. Okay, everybody, before I hand it off to Lauren in just a minute to say goodbye, just a reminder that you guys have all pledged a lot of money, and now so we want to do that and really come through and let's make it easy on the staff to do that. So you're going to get an invoice very quickly, very soon, today or tomorrow. So make sure you pay that as quickly as you can, because if not, Lauren knows where you live. She knows this guy who knows this guy who knows this guy. I'm just kidding. Look at this. I want to announce this. Foo 143 says $25 from Autumn, age 9, for the fish. Give it up for young Autumn, our 9-year-old, our youngest donor tonight. And John 128 says $25. Thank you so much. Anybody else who wants to give is welcome to contact TRT and do that. Lauren, come on up here. Let's say goodbye to Team Alaska. Come on, goodbye, Team Alaska. They love you. We love you. Lauren, weren't these people amazing tonight? Oh, Lauren, I think your microphone, I don't know if your microphone's on, Lauren. Turn that microphone. I can hear you. Beautiful voice. She's there. All right. Can't hear you there. It might be a connection. Turn it off and on just in case. I'm going to stay here as you get on because I know that she wants to get on and talk to you. Amazing, gorgeous, amazing, incredible people. Can you believe this? We're 1,000 miles away in Alaska. 1,000 miles away. You wouldn't have believed what adventures. Orcas diving underneath our boat, catching coho salmon, eating Dungeness crab. We have icebergs floating by our boat, you guys. Yesterday we had icebergs. We went to the LeConte Glacier and we have a steel sailboat, so we're pushing our way through car-sized icebergs, and we took these great drone shots. It's just amazing. So this is the first year of our 10-year sailing voyage around the world. We hope to be with you every year. We'll tell you where we are. We want to go to Antarctica, crazy places like that. So be prepared to hear some of those adventures. Whales, thousands and millions of bald eagles up here, and you see so many. It's incredible. I think Patrick, is your mic on? Almost. Yeah. Yes.
Yeah, all right.
Yeah.
Oh,
I heard you. Okay.
All right. Thank you so much, Chad.
God
That
bless
was
you guys,
fantastic.
everybody.
Thank you, everybody, for such generosity. Really amazing. Thank you all to all the staff and the board that helped out with this. And I know there's many people that I'm missing. I'm very much appreciative. Keep your eye out on your email. There'll be instructions for how you can pay your pledge. And, once again, thank you all for your support. Have a great night, and feel free to give us a call sometime. We'd love to chat, and we'll be in touch. So you be in touch. And the chat is going to remain open for a little bit here, maybe 10 or 15 minutes. So if you want to say hi to people, feel free. And we'll talk to you all later.